Alright, go ahead and get started. I know I haven't been on here in a while. I took a nice little break after the whole situation with Raina, and I made that video and whatnot. I dropped a few videos here and there, but nothing substantial. I've noticed people have been asking about what happened with Walmart, because they obviously see that I'm in a completely different truck. So I'll go and touch on that for a little bit. I actually wanted to make some other videos talking about the reasons why I left Walmart, because Walmart is held in such a very high regard for the kind of company it is, that it's very shocking to people that you would want to leave Walmart. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and address that and drop some pearls of wisdom that most people probably don't think about when they're going to Walmart or considering Walmart. They just hear the name of Walmart and, oh, God, lots of money, I'm going to do fucking phenomenal, which you can, you will. But there's a lot that goes into it. So I guess I'll go ahead and just dive into that. So I've had people comment in between here and TikTok. I posted that video yesterday about me driving this long-nosed Pete in Chicago traffic, so that sparked people asking questions. And I guess I feel like I owe you guys, kind of an update, and we'll talk about some stuff. So let's talk about Walmart. Walmart is an outstanding, wonderful company to work for, and I highly recommend it if you do get the opportunity to work for Walmart. I've had some shady stuff happen to me while I was at Walmart, but nothing that would make me say I would not recommend it to somebody to definitely look into working there. I'll make a video talking about that kind of stuff later. Excuse me. So you will make very good money at Walmart. I can't speak for your financial situation, but I know I made very good money there at Walmart for the amount of work that you're doing. I guess let me go ahead and say this, because a lot of people will be like, well, I make the same money running over the road. And you can. I definitely, when I was at ATS, it is over the road being at ATS, so it can be very up and down with your paychecks, being that's what over the road life is. It can be very up and down. So, but nonetheless, I still made very good money at Walmart. The thing with Walmart is, this is what people don't talk about. People will say, well, I can make $22, $1,800, $1,900, $2,000, $2,200 a week being over the road, and you can. And I've done it. The thing is, you have to play with your clock, and you're working multiple weeks on end. With Walmart, you can make that same kind of money in 5 days worth of work. And that's the part that's the gap that needs to be bridged. Nobody ever says that. People just compare it. Well, yeah, if you could have a job that has you home multiple days a week, and multiple days a week, guaranteed days off, and you're still making the same level of money that you made over the road, why not go to that job? Which is why I advocate for Walmart. Now let's talk about something that I actually talked about, the typical week of a Walmart driver, and the money, did a breakdown of the money that I made. Raymond, welcome back. I appreciate it. Somebody else dropped a comment, but I was getting on the highway. Hi from Alabama. I used to work at the Birmingham, Alabama, DC. Okay, yeah. Oh, is this at Birmingham or Brundage? I think they said Brundage. My bad. Yeah, I don't think there was one in Birmingham. Brundage, definitely been there a few times. So let me get back to it. So I kind of talked about this, and will lead into why I chose to leave Walmart. So when I first started, I was making. Why would you get in front of me and just go slow, or at least not pick up the pace? There you go, pick up the pace. So when I first started, I was on a 5-2 schedule on a Thursday out. So I would work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, be off for Tuesday and Wednesday, and go back to work Thursday. So here's the thing. I lived 3.5 hours from my DC. So essentially this is what my time would look like. I was a 9 o'clock out on a Thursday morning. So I would come to work. I'd be at the yard probably about 7 o'clock, 7:30, so I can get everything set up, squared away, and I'm not rushing. Because 9 o'clock out means that's the latest you're supposed to depart from the gate. So obviously I would like to depart a little bit before 9. So I would show up there around 7 o'clock, 7:30, get all my stuff together, go inside, handle any business I need to handle, talk to any management I need to talk to, get my load paperwork, head out to the truck, hook up to my trailer, and I was out the yard. I would run my week, and I would usually, here's the thing, I was working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'd get back Monday, and I would get back late Monday night. So I was getting back 10, 11, 12 o'clock, sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'd get back. It took me about an hour to clean the truck and do it personally, it does not for everybody. I just really care. So this is why it took me about an hour or so to clean my truck. So if I'm getting back to the yard at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm rolling out the gate 2 o'clock in the morning on my first official off day. So then it would drive 3.5 to 4 hours back home to Augusta, Georgia. So that means I was getting home at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning of my first off day. So I'm already 6 hours deep into my first off day, and I have to get some sleep because I just worked. So I spend the majority of my first off day sleeping, and then you're not really getting much quality time with the family because you're catching up on sleep. And then by the time you wake up, it's nighttime again, or you're just not getting ample sleep, and then you're hurt and you're tired. So then that was Tuesday. I'd wake up Wednesday at some point. Then I was getting uniforms ready. I was meal prepping for the week, doing what I could do with the family. And then I turned around and I was in bed by like 6 o'clock in the afternoon because I had to get up at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, get in the car and drive 3.5, 4 hours back to Shelby, rinse and repeat. So based off of that, I was not getting quality home time. So what ended up happening was, come on over, Pete. What ended up happening was, when we had realignment, I had moved up in seniority a great amount. I just happened to come in at Shelby, DC at a perfect time to be able to move up in seniority very fast. So I moved up, and when we did realignment, I put in for a 6-3. And I got the 6-3 schedule, and that's what I was on up until I left. Because I maintained my spot in seniority. If not, I kept on going up. So basically, if I got it then, I was going to continually keeping on getting it had I wanted that. So what ended up happening was, now I'm on a 6-3. I have a large amount of home time, because by the time you roll into your 6th day, my Walmart drivers know this, by the time you go into your 6th day, you don't have much time on your 70. So you probably work 6 hours, 5, 6 hours, and you're done. Get in the car, go home. Well, that doesn't count as your first official off day. So let's say my 6th day was Tuesday. I would get home Tuesday probably like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday were my actual off days. So basically I had 3.5 days off. And then I'd go back to work on Saturday and maintain that rotation. Now, if you're tracking, Walmart pays bi-weekly. So typically on a normal 5-2 schedule, you only have 10 days on your pay period. So that begs to say, well, on a 6-3, if that schedule doesn't line up exactly with how the week, with the 7 days in a week, what happens to your pay? So what ends up happening is somebody actually made a comment about this on another video, and he was like, you need to talk about how the schedule works. And I thought it was actually a very good idea, because I was telling people I was making $2,500–$2,600 in a week, and they're just like, oh fuck yeah, Walmart's place to go. But I didn't talk about what's going on the back side of that. So I would go to work, and in that 6 days I might make let's say $2,400, right? All right, cool. Take my 3 days off, go back to work. However, the downside is when you go back to work, those days are going to overlap for the next pay period. So you might only you're going to work 6 days, but those first 2 days fall on that last pay period, and those last 4 days fall on the next pay period. So what ends up happening is, let's say you gross, random numbers, let's make it easy, $300 for both of those days. That's $600, right? So basically, $2,400 for the last week, $600 for the last part of that pay period. That's only $3,000. That's what that paycheck is going to be, $3,000. So if we're working a bi-weekly schedule and you gross $3,000, essentially you just average $1,500 per week. That being said, you have experience if you're talking about going to Walmart. $1,500 a week is nothing to write home about. It's not really that good to brag about, because there's too many places that pay way better than that. And that was the problem that I was falling into with being on 6'3". So it's not that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not financially struggling or anything. I'm not, far from it. I don't think it's wise to live your life with your bills right here and your income, your income right here and your bills right here. You need to have some leeway. So what ended up happening was, I was noticing I really wasn't averaging the kind of money that would make me come to Walmart. Now, let's talk about before going to Walmart. Now that you have that in your mind, keep that. Okay, he's only averaging about $1,500–$1,600 a week. Now, let's talk about what else I had to do. When I was with ATS, I didn't have a car. I didn't need one. I was over the road, and when I came home, Janisha had her car, and we used that as the family car. There was no need for me to have a car note for a vehicle that I'm not driving a month and a half, 2 months at a time. Excuse me, I'm a little bit under the weather. So when I went to Walmart, I ended up having to get a Durango. Well, I didn't have to get a Durango, but family's expanding. We have 3 kids, and actually Janisha is pregnant with the 4th one right now. Y'all know we lost Serena. But you know, we're pregnant again, and actually about halfway through. So we have, I talked about being home and making the same money compared. Let me try to read that. Sorry, as you guys can see, I am currently driving. Top chat. Exactly. That's exactly right. So where was I at? So averaging $1,500. So the car, I ended up having to buy a Durango. So my car note is $451 a month. Keep in mind, I got a brand new car, 0 miles on it. That's why the note is high. And Durangos, Dodges in general, are expensive as shit. So then I had to get insurance on the car. Insurance for Durangos is high as shit. So then I live in Georgia. So automatically right off the rip, I take on Janisha's car as well. So insurance goes up to like almost $300 a month. And then on top of that, I'm driving 3.5 hours one way to work, 3.5 to 4 hours back home, and I'm doing that every 6 days. And then on top of that, I got to drive while I'm at home. So I'm spending $600 to $800 a month in fuel because I have to drive so much. To put it into perspective for you guys, I got the car in 2020. What is it? June, July of 2020, and right now I am knocking on 70,000 miles of my car. So yeah, and on top of that, the majority of those miles come from going to and from work. So as you can see, I was putting a lot of miles on the Durango. So basically, I'm at this job. I'm making consistent money, but now my monthly bills to put out has gone up about $1,500 a month, and that's cash right there. That's not, before taxes. That is the dollar amount that I'm putting out extra. So with that being said, I was not seeing, it didn't make financial sense for me to stay at Walmart. Because I'm going to constantly put miles on my car, wear and tear on my car, driving 3.5 hours one way and 3.5 hours back, 7 hours round trip. Eventually your car's going to have to get serviced, shit's going to go wrong with it. So that's a bill I had to look at further down the road. And it's just a lot of money to put out. So that is the primary reason I left Walmart. Now, for those of you guys that are considering Walmart and you live really about an hour to an hour and a half away or more, I would strongly urge you to thoroughly look at your financial situation. Now, let's say you come from a job where, let's say you drove for Central Transport. Here we go, J&R, Shiegel, and Swift. They're wanting to race each other, and ain't nobody letting the other pass. Whatever. So let's say you're only grossing $1,100 a week, and then you get on with Walmart, and you start making double that, in 1 week. Then yeah, you might be able to get away with taking on that extra financial responsibility of driving 3 to 4 hours, because you're still going to see more in the long run. For me, that wasn't the case. So that's one thing I urge people to think about. If you're going to go to Walmart, look at how far you live and think about that's going to start weighing on you heavy, because you get tired. It is tiring doing that drive every single week. Then you're tired when you get to work. You have a slight attitude because you just already been up for 5 hours already. You get there, 5 hours up already, then you got to work a 14-hour shift. So then you're dealing with people in the office. Sometimes people in the office have a bad attitude. It's just, that's how life is. So yeah. So what ended up happening was I found this company called Veteran Carriers out of Savannah, Georgia. They have a flatbed division in Birmingham, Alabama. So they're paying 70 cents per mile in your W-2. So same as you would be as any other company, most other companies. 70 cents per mile, I'm getting 100% of the TARP pay, and I'm also getting paid hub miles. So just like Walmart, however many miles my truck turns that week, I get to get paid all those miles, and it's everything. Even if I go on personal conveyance and I gotta drive 20 minutes away from my trailer to go shopping at a Walmart, and I bobtail back to the trailer, and I 20 miles, and then I basically got 40 miles round trip. You get paid for that 40 miles of personal conveyance. And on top of that, I have a 2022 Peterbilt 389 long nose, and I got it with 138,000 miles on it. And I get to take this truck home. I'm actually headed back to Augusta right now. So I mean, already, and it's great. It's so far I really enjoy it. I'm governed at 73 miles an hour, so I can actually make this truck shake a little leg and do something. So yeah, so far it's good, and I really can't complain. So yeah, I just want to kind of just drop this. I didn't want to stay on live too long. I just wanted to drop this because I've been saying I need to make some videos because I didn't want y'all to think I just abandoned you. But after the miscarriage, I needed to take a break from YouTube. I just took a break from a lot of stuff. I have started making TikToks. It's just way more easy to keep up with doing TikTok than it is doing YouTube, because it's just a lot to get stuff on YouTube. So yeah, you guys can follow me on TikTok. That _Vigor_Gibbs. That's my TikTok name. So yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here and keep it pushing. I'm almost to Chattanooga, Tennessee. So yeah, the traffic is building up, so I'm about to come up off of here. You guys can leave comments and whatnot in the comment section. ask whatever question. Glad the change is working for y'all, Raymond. Keep y'all in my thoughts. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And yeah, like I said, I you know, I haven't abandoned you guys. I appreciate y'all, you know, sticking around. The faithful subscribers, I really appreciate that. Even in my absence, you guys are still here, and that means a lot. So I haven't abandoned you guys. I'm still here. I just, with everything that was going on, I just need to take a break. So yeah, but as always, like, comment, subscribe, ask questions in the comment section. I'm sure people are going to watch this live after I end it, and they're going to have more questions. So go ahead and keep commenting, asking those questions, and I'll respond to it. I will make a video going more in depth on the kind of stuff that I went through with Walmart at my DC, and yeah, I'll talk about that kind of stuff and go from there. But yeah, I'm debating very heavily on how I want to do it, because I'm by no means a super popular YouTuber, but I can say a lot of people do watch my stuff. So I know what I have to say is probably gonna make people at the higher up side of Walmart raise their eyebrows and look at me a little sideways. But I would like to hope that it sparks. We might need to be on top of what goes on at these DCs a little bit more. So yeah. But yeah, I'm going to talk about that kind of stuff, make a video talking about that. That's going to be a relatively lengthy video. So whenever you have some time, in my opinion, you live too far away to do it. Exactly. So I was making very good money, but I was not getting the home time that I desired. I was physically at home, but I was barely getting I was getting a 34-hour reset from the truck, but I wasn't getting that 48 hours. I don't know if y'all can hear this truck. I love this long-go speed. 100 mile away to the DC, but I'm a 5. Okay, so you're one of those guys. How is that schedule? I don't. How does one get on that? Because I've seen it, and they said it was for like people that are wanting to retire on the tail end of their career at Walmart. I don't think I knew any driver at Shelby that had it. 5 on, 5 off. Yeah, if you're set good financially, which I'm sure you are, if you're going to say you're a 5 on, 5 off driver, that would be an outstanding schedule. Because if you have literally a week off, 2 weeks off a month, mid out. Okay, so you're at 60, 50, 68, 58. That is Mebane, right? I just, you know how it goes. There's so many damn DCs. You try to remember all the numbers, but I'm pretty sure 68, 58 is Mebane. I'm gonna bet. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna bet it is. I miss running out of Mebane. I loved it so much. I made very good money running out of Mebane, and that was before they gave us that big pay raise. Yeah, we'll talk. I kind of talked about that too, but yeah, Mebane. That's what I thought. Mebane was a great time. I loved it. Y'all see, so I can't speak from your experience with Mebane, but for me, anytime I went over there, the office staff was next level awesome. Always very friendly, always very helpful, and I think that's the benefit that you get from working at a smaller DC. Because Monroe, Georgia DC is the exact same way. I mean, Gloria, Belinda, Yvonne, all the ladies that worked up there, like literally, I would go months without going to Monroe, and then I'd show up one night randomly, and they'd be like, "Oh, Raymond," like they're calling me on my first name basis, and then they're just like, "How's Janisha doing? How are the kids doing?" And it's just like the fact that y'all haven't seen me in like 4 months, but you still like know my personal life like that. That I think that's what you get working at a small DC. Mebane, they've always been outstanding helping out. Anytime I had a question or something's going on with the load, call them up. They'd be like, "Roger that, no problem, keep it going." I can't remember her name to save my life. I'm gonna have to describe her. It is what it is. I'm gonna have to describe her the best way I can. She was the really she was on the very much so on the plus size side. The black chick that was one of the coordinators, younger. She's about my age, very long, black hair, very pretty, very pretty. I can't remember her name, but I mean, anytime I went through and she was working, or anybody, but her especially, took care of me. Yeah, Shelby was not that. You call Shelby, you sound like they have an attitude talking to you like, why the fuck are you calling? Mebin knows my wife and kids and asks about them, but Shelby was always trying to just, yeah, get you out the next level. Exactly. You go to Shelby and they're just like, what, do you like walk up to the window? No, good afternoon, good morning, how are you doing? It's walk up to the window, all right, next, driver number. And it's like they're mad at you, driver number. And then they fill out your paperwork, basically damn near fucking throw it at you. And then they're like, all right, go, let's go. Yeah, Shelby. And they choose their favorites too. They say they don't, they fucking do, and they know they do. That's why you can't really take what a lot of those Shelby drivers say worth anything, because they'll literally sit there and be like, oh, I'm making like $500, $600 a day. I'm like, yeah, but you're calling and complaining that you're not, you're not getting what you want. So then they turn around and give them like all the claims loads and shit like that. So they're getting like 20 to 30 activities a day. And I'm like, well, of course you're going to get all the money, and then everybody else is fucking hurting. These Shelby's, and then on top of that, you're fighting Charlotte traffic. Oh God, you're fighting Charlotte traffic 2, 3, 4 times a day. God. So then it kills your stuff. And the average ADP at the DC when right before we got the raise, well, right when we got the raise and we were talking about it, we had the big sit down meeting with our GTM. She said the DC's ADP average was $311 a day. $311. So that's basically $1,555 a week. That's from fucking shit money. Shit money. And people were saying, well, we're trying our best, and their management told us, they said, our GTM, won't say her name, told us in that meeting, she said that, look, y'all are some of the highest paid employees. I'm glad you're back on YouTube. I appreciate it. She said, look, y'all are some of the highest paid employees for the company. You should be happy that you even got a raise, period. Like, she straight up said that. And me being, well, the person that I am, I was like, yeah, that's trash raise. I said, you make more money in other companies. And, yeah, it was wild. It was wild. But their advice to us was, she said, you've got to be a go-getter and get after it harder. And how the fuck do you get after it harder when you're standing in bumper-to-bumper traffic? It's what, 65 miles from Charlotte back to Shelby, and it takes you like 2.5 hours to go 65 miles. They're just sitting in traffic where 85, 77, and the 45 loop meet. You're sitting in traffic. Like, come on now. Like, you'll literally have days where you've driven 250, 300 miles, and like that's it. And you deliver to like 2, maybe 3 stores, and that's if you had 2 neighborhood markets that had GM loads. Like, what kind of shit is that? And you work 14 hours to drive 300 miles in 3 stores. Like, what? And their advice to us was, be a go-getter. You're not go-getting hard enough. Like, what the fuck you want me to do? Drive this truck and just bulldoze people out the way on 85? Like, come on now, it doesn't even make sense. But yeah, but Mebin was a good time. I miss Mebin. All ETS. Actually, when we had that meeting, y'all would like to know this. When we had that meeting talking about the raise, and I was like, so many other companies pay more than this. And they're just like, Miss Diane, shit, I almost said her name. Fuck it, I did say her name. Miss Diane, the HR lady. If you're in the show and you dealt with her, you already know, so I ain't even gotta say it. She said, she was like, Raymond, how long have you been with Walmart? And I said, at the time when this happened, I'd been there for a little more than a year. And then she was like, oh, okay. And I said, if anything, that makes me more qualified to talk about this kind of stuff. I said, because I happen to be in a meeting with more senior drivers. So I've been here for less time, which means I can closer relate to what's going on with other companies. I said, y'all are riding off of the name that you used to have back in the day, and now you're kind of killing it. And I still do. I have a lot of my pay stubs, not the pay stubs, but the actual screenshots of my take-home checks. I'm not a 60 Left California work a lot of money. Yeah. Yep. Extending all the time. So I still have like screenshots of a year's worth of my take-home checks from ATS, like my last year before I left. And I pulled it out and I said, here's proof. Y'all are paying. Well, probably make just under 90 this year. Yeah. And the thing is, that number that they give you is doable. You just got to work fucking hard for it. And on top of that, it's left way too much up to chance of someone else. Like, what good is it to get paid a decent amount, but you're not being dispatched effectively, or you're sitting on wait time for 15 video for 60 minutes? Oh yeah, you're a lifer. You're not going nowhere. So yeah, but I passed my phone around the room, and I was like, y'all look, like paychecks. Actually, you see the company name and how much I was taking home. I passed my phone around, and they're like, shit, like you were killing it. And I said, I know. I said, not every week is super high, but I was making very good money. Not the hoodie for me. Yeah. Actually, I wanted to buy some more shirts and hoodies for me. So, if you're okay with it, I'll hit you up on Facebook and place more orders. I know that I'm not with Walmart anymore, but you made some quality stuff. So, that guy, ladies and gentlemen, go hit him up, and he makes custom-made stuff for whatever DC that you run out of. Shirts, hoodies, all kind of stuff. Great guy. Turnaround time is very fast. From the time you place the order to the time you get it in your mailbox. Yeah. Turnaround time is great. Quality material. Actually, I have that shirt with me in the back of the truck right now. And the hoodie. So, but yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. I'll catch you on the flip side, and I'll start making more consistent videos for y'all. I know I've been starving you guys of quality content. I'm really sorry for that, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do for your personal life and mental health, because it's very important to stay on top of not just your physical health, but your mental health out here doing the job as a trucker. Because that's one of the hardest parts of being a truck driver, is the mental side of doing the job. That's the part that makes a lot of people quit. Not the physical doing it, the actual mental side. Sometimes you gotta take care of yourself mentally. But I know I went into a little rant. I say all that to say I would have been pissed if my GTM. Oh yeah, bro, it was wild. Yeah. But yeah. Taking care of your mental health is equally as important as staying in shape physically to do this job. So I'm back flatbedding, doing what I love to do. And I got a truck that actually has enough power to get my nuts up a hill. And it's 18-speed transmission too. So it's nice being able to split each gear. I want to make a video on how to drive an 18-speed too. So I got to find a way to mount my phone somewhere where you can look down and see it. It's not hard at all. People hear 18 speed and like, shit, that's a lot of shifting. And you don't have to shift. It's only 9 gears. The truck is a 9-speed truck. 18-speed trucks are 9-speed trucks, but you have the ability to shift each gear. So you don't have to split if you don't want to. Like, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go. Well, it's technically one low, two high, one low, one high, two low, two high. I start at like one low, go to two low, go to three low, go to four low, go to five low, six low, seven low, eight low, nine low, and then hit the splitter and go to nine high. Like, I'm shifting it like a 9-speed. You use 18 gears when you're pulling some heavy shit. Or when you're going up a hill, it's nice because you don't have to let your speed and your RPMs bleed down. When they start bleeding down, you can downshift and split that gear and it'll go back up, and now you have more pulling power. So yeah, this truck pulls. I had a load of, my first load for the company, I picked up some oiled steel pipes, picked up 47,000 pounds of it, ran that from Alabama up to Chicago, Illinois, and I was pulling mountains and hills and shit, and my speed never bled below, 60 miles an hour. And anytime I was doing lower than that, it's because I wanted to. So yeah, knowing how to effectively use an 18 speed, definitely would recommend it. Definitely would recommend it. Yeah, I've driven a Coronado before. So I've driven a hood before, but not like this. So it definitely takes time to get used to a hood like this. And this thing turns like a damn cruise ship. So any of you guys has ever driven a long nose or anything, you know what I'm talking about. This thing turns like a big old ship in the water. Like, it's hard. I don't want to say it's hard. You just have to, think about it a little more than I can customize for whatever company you work for now. Actually, so my company has, so as you can see, they have t-shirts and whatnot. They have a website in place that they use. But they're always taking like new ideas from drivers and whatnot. Actually, one thing I like was every Friday the company, you inspired me to get into trucking when you were with rail. Thanks. You're welcome, man. And I hope everything's working out. God, that was like 5 years ago. Yeah, that was over 5 years ago. So I'm sure maybe 5 years later, you've accomplished some big things. So good on you, bro. Good on you. But yeah, like I was saying about that, I can slide your information by the lady that works at the headquarters and be like, hey, I know a guy. He does custom stuff, and I know your competitors are paying, because they're talking like, I was looking at their website, them fuckers are talking like $70 for a damn hoodie. And I'm just like, y'all convinced me of that bullshit. So don't get me wrong, they gave me like 15 shirts and like, oh, well, that's not wearing the hat, but like a hat, like several hats. I have like 2 hoodies and then like a nice jacket on the way and a polo. So they'll hook you up with a lot of stuff, but anything you want more after that, you have to buy. But I do have my own ideas. So I'll get up with you on Facebook and send you the company logo and see what we can work out. But rest assured, I will be buying something from you soon. Stay safe. Looking forward to the next video. All right. Well, I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah, I need to get up off of here anyway too. I'm 7 miles from Montego, so I'll have to get back to these comments. I'm 7 miles from hitting Montego, which, by the way, quick side note, people, it is not Mount Eagle, it is Montego. Stop saying it's not Mountain Eagle, it's Montego. M-O-N-T-E-A-G-L-E, not M-O-U-N space E-A-G-L-E. Stop saying Mount Eagle, it is Montego. Anyway, just like Louisville, it is not Louisville, it is Louisville. Most people don't know that. Fun fact, I actually learned that from a student of mine who lived there. He said, everybody says Louisville, it's actually Louisville, Kentucky. But yeah, let me try. I'm about to go up the side of it, so let me go and try to snatch on a little bit of speed, get around Prime, so I can get up this mountain. I know it says no trucks in the left lane, but I'm fucking do it anyway. fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So I'll let you guys watch if you want to. I don't know. If you don't want to watch, you don't have to. I'll keep talking. So you guys are actually able to see. Well, you won't see me shifting because it's obviously facing out, but you'll see how an 18 speed actually helps you run up hills because you're able to split the gears. So as you can see right now, I'm getting it. I'm pushing 70, so I can maintain the speed. I'm not bleeding speed actually at all. Like, I mean, if I'm bleeding speed, it's because I'm letting off the gas and going around these curves. But once I can come off these curves, I can, all right, so I let off, so I came off, lost a little bit of speed. So what I'm gonna do is shift into 9 low, come off the gas, go into 9 low, and now as you can probably hear the engine spooling up, giving me more power. So I'm actually going up. I'm actually gaining speed. In a Peterbilt, you have a knob or a switch for the engine fan. You want to do that when you're going up the hill because you want to keep your engine cool. So I'd recommend flipping that switch before you get up start going up the side of the mountain. So yeah, got the fan on. Temperature is looking great for everything, all within normal range, and I'm still gaining speed. Still right now I slowed down a lot, but I'm actually creeping back up to 65. Well, there's cars to my left, so I'm just going to hug the left lane a little bit, give that driver some space. So yeah, not bleeding speed like that. About to hit 65 miles an hour. Engine tip is looking good, everything is looking good, air is looking good, all of it is looking extra good. Temperature is actually sitting right about 160. So yeah, here comes this guy. So because I've been letting off the gas, I lost a little bit of speed because I don't want to tailgate. Why are we slowing down? Why are y'all slowing down? I know y'all just heard me grind the shit out of that gear. Alright? Now I'm in 8 high. RPMs are a little low, so I'm going to... Why are y'all going so slow? Alright? I'm going to go down to 7 high. Now I still see my RPMs are low, but I still have enough power to get up. So I'm actually going to switch into low, go up to 8 low, and then now that I'm getting up there, the RPMs, I'm going to go into flip the splitter, come off the gas, get back in it, 8 high. Why is that red car just not driving? Like, you can't just not go. Good Lord. Like, as y'all can see, it's not me not going, it's everybody in front of me just driving extra slow in their cars. So I don't know why. So I'm in 8 high right now, which is 16th gear. All right, coming off, I'm gonna go into 15th gear, which is 8 low. Still more traffic. All right, so now I gotta base my gearing based off of what's going on. I'm down to 30 miles an hour. Good Lord. I don't know why y'all are going so slow. So, all right, so now I'm about to go back into 8. As you can see, I'm accelerating up the mountain now. I'm about to go into 8 low. All right, still pulling. Still, good God. There must be something going on up there that I just don't see. There's got to be a reason everybody's driving extremely slow like that. So now I'm in 8 high, which is 16th gear. So as you can see, I can still pull. And now that okay, there was a truck up there holding everybody else up. All right, so now that he's out the way, it looks like everybody's trying to pick up the speed a little bit. So, as you guys can see, I'm still pulling. I don't need the fan anymore. I'm going to go to 17th gear, which is 9 low. Hit 17. Now I'm going to go into 18th, which is 9 high. So there you go. That is that simple. Nothing more than a flick of the thumb. You don't have to take the gear shifter out of the box that it's in. You can leave it in there. All you gotta do is let go of the foot pedal a little bit, and then it'll air shift. So yeah. The what is it? The safety check station should be coming up soon. Because there's this pilot up here. So it's like right after this pilot where they have the safety check. My load isn't that heavy. It's only about 30,000 pounds. So yeah. 3/4 of a mile for the safety check station. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop over and begin the downshift because you don't want to go in there lazing. Well, you know what? You can live vicariously through me. Steep mountain grade, next 4.5 miles. Okay. Even if the light doesn't sense me at times, going down mountains, I still will come to a stop. So let's see what we got. Runaway truck ramp number 1 is open. Runaway truck ramp number 2 is closed. All right. So not really that heavy. I'm only about 60-something thousand pounds. Like I said, even if the light doesn't change to red, it stays green, I still personally choose to stop. Because you don't want to, I'm not going to, but you can have somebody who goes out of control. Alright? Alright. 4 low. I'm going to skip 4 high and go straight to 5 low. Put the splitter up. Go into 6 low. As you can see, you don't have to go to all the high gears. Alright? I'm gonna throw my fan on. And probably might not need it. Turn my engine brake on. And yeah. What's that? I am in 6 low now. Go ahead and throw my 4-ways. Talk about truck speed. So for what I weigh, they say I can do 25 miles an hour. Well, I don't know, excuse me, faster. Probably like 45. So, yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to stick with 35 to 45. So what you want to do is just let the engine brake do the work for you. So I'm currently in 8 low, which is 16th gear, and it's literally just holding it right there. I'm literally going at 41 miles an hour and just staying there. Let the engine brake do the work for you. Have it on the high setting and go. And this is what gets people. They want to use their service. You don't got to do all that. You don't got to do all that. Only use your service occasionally, because what you don't want to do is overheat it. So right now, my shit's holding. That easy. I don't judge anybody because I can't speak for what these people have in their trailers. But as y'all can see, I don't do that. Because how does that old adage? Here comes Swift coming down like a damn rocket. How does that old adage go? You can go down a mountain slow as many times as you want, but you can only go down fast one time. I think that's how it goes, something like that. But I'm not even too worried about it. All these guys are blowing right by me, and that's okay. Whatever makes you happy. Another thing, if you want, I've seen some, well, I do this. Let's say you are going down the mountain and you see that the high setting for the Jake brake is slowing you down really fast. Instead of turning it off or disengaging it or whatever, just flip it down to the low setting, where you're at the lowest power setting for it. Because then you'll start to speed up. Observe, I'm gonna turn it down to the low setting. And then I'm gonna speed up. So right now the truck is going up. All right. Now I want to bring it back down. Shift it back to high. And now my speed is going down. Was actually holding right now, right? But I turned down the low, got me up to 39 miles an hour. Then you just let the J. Sorry about that. Don't know what happened. But yeah, everything is looking good in the truck. My axle temperatures are good. Oh wow, look at that. The truck had to use the ramp. I don't know if I can zoom in. Oh, it sure can. I'm trying to zoom in for you guys. That's what I tell y'all. What did I just say? What did I just say? You can go down fast one time, but you can go down slow as many times as you want. There you go. First hand example. Don't fucking speed down the mountain. You don't remember shouts I say today? Remember that. There you have it. There you have it. Look at God. Look how that worked out. I was able to make an example. Oh, by the way, when you're doing this kind of stuff, climbing a mountain or what have you, I prefer to turn off my AC. That's just one less thing for the engine to have to worry about. So, yeah, right lane ends in, what is that? Half a mile. So after this second SUV passes me on my left-hand side, I'm gonna go ahead and move over to the left one lane. Here comes this truck, hopped over to the left. He saw my signal. This fucking dude right here. Reckless as shit. Look at him. Literally, you saw me coming over and you just tried to almost hit me. I swear, the professionalism out here is gone. Gone. I know I've been doing this job for only, what, 5.5 years? But I swear, I feel like I was meant to be doing this back in the golden age of trucking. I swear to you, I was. Yeah, I even still run a CB. I sat and I look on driver groups and they're just like, don't use a CB, it's pointless. Like, absolutely not. A CB is far from pointless. All right. Turn the engine brake off, turn the fan off. Let this bad boy eat. Bottom of the mountain. That simple. 16th gear. Flip this. Now I'm about to flip to the low setting so I can go to 9 low. In 9 low, which is gear 17. And yep. Flip the splitter again. Back at 18. But look at that. You see how this thing pulls? Just like that. Back in it. Back doing like 74. That simple. And that's another thing I really like about having a fast truck. So I used to actually tell myself I didn't think I was responsible enough to have a truck that goes as fast as I needed to go. But in reality, I feel like it actually made me a more responsible driver. And I'll tell you why. When you're in a truck that can only go 62, 65 miles an hour, it feels like you have to speed all the time. So if you're in a zone that says 55, sometimes you're doing 65, you know? if the conditions permit. I feel like that's, I mean, and I've done it. I'm not even gonna sit here in front and act like I haven't. I've done it. I've literally been like, I don't have the power in the speed to be able to make up slowing down on the back end. So if the conditions permitted, I was doing 65 and 55 zones. You know, I'm man enough to admit it on YouTube because we've all done it. Come on, dude. All right, get back in the slow lane. Thank you. But with this truck, when I hit zones that are saying 55, 45, and whatnot, I put that cruise control at 55, 45, whatever. Because I know when that goes back up to a higher speed, 70 miles an hour, I know I can open it up and let her go that full speed. Actually, plus a few extra miles an hour. So it's nice. It is nice. I feel like it's actually made me a little bit more responsible as a driver. But yeah. Anyway, like I said like 10 minutes ago, like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the flip side, and yeah, take it easy, everybody.